Hi guys, welcome back to Tara Makes It Up. I'm here today with my lovely model Sarah. We met on a shoot we did for Well Duty Free, which we did some videos for as well, which I will link somewhere on the screen now, so you can have a look at those videos we did as well. The look I'm going to do today on Sarah is inspired by some of the things I saw in the Matthew Williamson show actually, which was a really nice use of kind of pinks and lilacs. And it was quite soft and romantic, but very pretty, yet wearable. So that's the look I'm going to show you guys today. So I'm going to start Sarah's skin with a bit of Bare Minerals. This is the Complexion Rescue. And this is kind of like a tinted hydrating gel cream. So a bit of a similar consistency to a BB cream or tinted moisturiser. And I'm just using the Sigma Duo Fibre powder brush. And it's super light. I mean, Sarah has great skin anyway, so I just want a really super light coverage, but just something that evens everything out. Now I'm going to do concealer last because I want to go straight into the eyes, and especially because I'm working with some powder shadows, if there's any fall down it's easier to clean up afterwards. So I'm going to add a little bit of brow first. I'm going to take a bit of MAC Fling, which is really, really nice and light, and I'm just going to give Sarah's eyebrows a little bit of a groom first, just with the spoolie. I'm just going to give a little groom. And I'm just going to keep the brows light, but just slightly defined. So if I turn you to me a little bit, Sarah. Again, starting on the outside corner, and I'm just thickening up a little bit and just creating a slightly higher arch, just to frame the eyes a little bit more. So for eyes, I'm going to start with a nice base to make the makeup long lasting. So I'm going to take Excess Shimmer in Copper by Max Factor. And this almost has kind of like a pinky undertone in the product. So I'm just going to apply it with a flat brush and then buff with a slightly softer brush. So if you close your eyes for me, Sarah. So I'm going to pop this on. And this just makes a really nice eye base. And like I said, it has that nice kind of silvery sort of pink shimmer coming through it. So I'm just taking that product up to the socket with a flat brush and then just buffing with the Sigma E38. So there's no definite lines, it's just a really soft finish, but there's a lot of product on the lid. So next I'm going to take these two pink colours by Nars, and this is in the shade Bouthan, and they're a really nice duo. One's a little bit shimmery, there's like a pale pink and a more sort of poppy pink. So I'm going to take the Sigma Exact Blend in E32, and first I'm going to take the darker pink, which is a little bit shimmery. This is quite a nice dense brush, so also having this bottom shade from the Max Factor is going to give us almost like a bit of a primer effect. So if you just look up for me, Sarah, and take that on the outer corner of the eye, just a little bit. And then I'm going to take that along the bottom lash line on the top. So if you close for me, Sarah. So just lift the lid slightly, and I'm just going to press that into the Max Factor product we've already used. And I'm just taking that along the lash line, so it just gives it a little bit of depth, almost like creating a smoky eye but with pinks. So then I'm going to take a bit of the Zoeva 228 crease brush, still in that darker shade, and what I'm going to do now is mix the darker shade and the lighter shades together on the back of that crease brush and just give a bit of definition to the socket. So if you look straight ahead for me, Sarah. So I'm just going to, with the eye open, just lean the brush into where the crease fits naturally, and then you can close your eye, and that's where you kind of got a good cheat to find where your socket finishes naturally. And the nice thing about the Max Factor product as well is it just picks up the highlight, so you get a nice little highlight in the inner part of the eye. So then I'm going to take a long wear gel liner by Bobbi Brown, and this is in Black Plum ink, which is a gorgeous sort of slightly plummy black, and I'm going to use a wing liner brush by Zoeva, and I'm just going to line the top lids. Okay, so if I turn you that way a little bit, Sarah, and then with the eyes closed, I'm just going to push that into the lash line for a super dark lash line. I'm pretty much taking it all the way along, but super thin onto the inner corner, just that bit of lash definition. And then looking straight ahead, I'm just going to put a little bit of a kick, just really, really subtly. So just using that cotton bud, just soften the outer edge. So it's not about it being a liner or a kind of feline flick. And I'm going to add a couple of individual lashes as well to the look, but you could do without as well if you prefer. So I'm just going to give a really good lash curl. So for mascara, I'm going to start with a Max Factor Clump Defy. I love Max Factor mascaras. I think they're really good budget mascara. So if you look up for me, Sarah, I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom, And I am going to use black mascara. You could use an aubergine mascara, it would also look really beautiful. But I think you need mascara against the pink just to make the pink pop more while still framing the eyes. And I'm just using a little lash comb as well, just to separate the lashes, make them a bit more fluttery. Again, this is quite a nice one because it does help lock the curl in place. And I'm just wiggling it through. So I'm then going to add a couple of individuals. These are just the Ardell. I'm using some short and medium ones just to give it that little bit more of a fluttery look. So like I said, it was a very feminine, beautiful look at Matthew Williamson. So look down for my darling. So I'm just going to look for any gaps, and I'm just thickening / making them more fluttery. So I'm concentrating the lashes on the outer part of the eye. And then we'll do 3 the other side as well. So I've used 3 mediums on the outer corners. Turn that way a little bit for me, darling. So using the short ones, that's just given us a bit more thickness, a bit more volume to the lash. And then the medium ones have just helped create that nice fluttery effect on the outer corner. So now I'm going to add some concealer. I'm going to take a bit of Nars Light 2, and I'm just going to use this with a Real Technique setting brush. So I'm just going to pop some of this under the eye. And this is where it's going to make the eyeshadow look really clean and beautiful now. A little bit around the nose as well. And I'm just using this to lift and sculpt a little bit. And then just using what's left on the brush, and you can take a little bit of that around the edges of the lips, just to make sure the lips are nice and clean for when we come to adding a little bit of colour. So moving on to the skin in terms of adding some colour, I'm going to work with a bit of Max Factor Creamy Blush. This one is in Soft Pink, and I think what was lovely about the kind of Matthew Williamson look was that everything, although there was pinks in the eyes and pinks in the cheeks, it was all kept very soft and glowy. So I'm going to take a Bold Metals Real Techniques cheek brush, and I'm just going to start applying that to the high points of the cheek. So I almost want it quite near the eye so that it all becomes part of the look. And I'm just blending out and then turning the brush on the other side for the cleaner edge, just to add that bit of colour. I'm taking a little bit into the temples as well, just what's left on the brush really. So I'm going to take a bit of Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl, which is this lovely, lovely pale white highlighter. And I'm going to use a Japanese brush, and now we're just going to really sheen up the look and make it lovely and glowy. So I'm going to start by a little bit down the centre of the nose. I'm just going to pat it in with my finger as well, a little bit on the tip of the nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and then I'm going to take it over the cream blush we did in terms of just above on the top cheekbone. So there's a really radiant feel to the look. So I'm going to take a little bit above the brow as well, just kind of what's left on the brush, above the kind of arch of the brow, just so there's a little bit of glow to the forehead. So I'm just going to add one more coat of the Max Factor mascara, just so that the lash again has that nice fluttery look. So if you look down for me, again just lift it up and just blend in the falsies with the real lashes. And that just helps clean the eyes up a little bit more as well. So to finish with the lips, I'm just going to add a little bit of ColorBurst Revlon Balm. These are really lovely and sheeny, really moisturising, and it's a little bit deeper than a kind of flat light nude, which is why it's nice with the pinks. So I'm going to take shade 145 and I'm just going to run that over the lips, just to give a little bit of colour and a little bit of shape. And if you just blot once for me, Sarah, and then a little bit to the top lip. And I'm just taking a little bit of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector actually over the lip as well, just to give that kind of extra highlight to the bottom lip and a little bit to the centre of the lip as well. And so that's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Really nice Matthew Williamson inspired, slightly romantic but nice and soft, and I think still very wearable for an evening look. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you soon for more videos. Thanks very much. Bye.